come Clarecastle now, dropping it in. Cut out, however, by JJ Murphy. This is Pat Morey. Calling outside is James Hassett. John Chaplin available to his right. Still James Hassett. Back to Morey. Far side is Michael O'Halloran. Cutting it across, well blocked out, and Clarecastle under a little bit of pressure, and again it comes back out towards Eric Maloney. A long sweeping ball, and it's going to go all the way down to Bernard Scanlon. His first touch just leaving him down slightly, but Bernard has it this time. About to be tackled by John Chaplin, sending it across. Well anticipated and well read by Michael Sheedy. To centre half back JJ Murphy. Again the ball intelligently being sent forward, but John O'Connell not able to get there, and a late challenge by John O'Connell on the Clarecastle man means there's a free for Clarecastle. John being warned by the referee to keep matters cool. So we're delighted to be with you, of course, Pascal Brooks and myself, Marty Morrissey. Just a last minute decision really to transmit and tape this most intriguing so far junior football final. Centre half forward, Nigel Maloney. Tussle well knocked away by Enda Quinlan. James Hassett getting it far as Pat Morey. Left-legged, right-legged, doesn't matter to Pat. He gets it down towards corner forward Alan White. One of 8 senior hurlers that won championship medals just a few weeks ago. And we'll be going into battle once more in the Munster Club very shortly. Here come the Magpies again. Sending it in towards the full forward, David Hanrahan. David has it. He's turning inside, and Billy Cahill almost had it. Got it back out again. Good play by Fergie O'Loughlin. Sending it across towards his corner forward, Michael Corey. Billy Cahill is there. Sending it out. Anticipating well is Tom Quinn. Tom sending a ball dangerously in towards the goalkeeper, and it's gone over the bar. A simple point for Tom Quinn. And a little bit of anxiety in the Kilmurry Sixmilebridge defence, allowing Tom to get that point. The kick out is not a very good one. It comes straight to Michael Corey. Sending it into the middle. Half blocked down by JJ Murphy. This is Kieran O'Shea, the legendary Kieran O'Shea, in fact. Played many, many years now at Sixmilebridge. Hoping to head on a championship football medal now to his list of honours. And this free, just inside the Kilmurry Sixmilebridge 45. This is John O'Connell. I believe the Clare senior football selectors are keeping an eye on him. Alan White going through. Bursting his way through, in fact. Great run. Oh, brilliant save. Comes back outside to Alan White. That is Alan White, in fact, this side. That great run by Owen Quain. And a point for Alan White. Anthony Scanlon with the kick out. Knocking it down towards John O'Connell. Well blocked down. Clarecastle start again. Some Clarecastle lads getting angry with each other with the type of ball that's going. Johnny Callan giving out like hell. Johnny, a fine footballer in his day, that's off the ground, and that's going to be a free for Clarecastle. There's no messing around in this Junior B final. Well gathered by Bernard Scanlon. Chance here. Oh, off the crossbar. Coming in again. Oh dear, Nigel Maloney, so unlucky. Well, let's be honest, Kevin Corey was left for dead there when that shot came in off the crossbar. And Clarecastle most unlucky. The kick out by Billy Cahill. Far better one this time, David Hanrahan running for it. So 2, however, is John Chaplin. Over towards Keith Walsh. Pat Morey calling for it in the centre. Grabs it as a second attempt. Running outside is Michael O'Halloran. Came in for the injured Noel Early. It's Alan White going for his second point of the afternoon. Ah, splendid point by Alan White. That's 2 points of the afternoon for Alan White. Anthony Scanlon with the kick out. I think that's Fancy Maloney that's playing at left corner back. Yes, it is Fancy that's gone down to take the kick outs and clearing the ball now. Trying to find Derek Connolly. Still Derek being held there by Enda Quinlan. So it's a free for Clarecastle. And on this cold October afternoon, a very fine crowd here at Newmarket for this intriguing Junior B football final. Roger McMahon, who came into the side for the injured Pat Maloney. Keeping it there is Bernard Scanlon. And Bernard is being held by Michael O'Halloran and James Hassett between them, so it's a free in for Clarecastle. So an important free now for Clarecastle to put them 2 points to the good. Bernard Scanlon to take it. Oh, he hit it well. A very good point for Bernard Scanlon. Billy Cahill. Now he's getting his kickouts to be a little bit longer. Michael O'Halloran nipping in. Strongly challenged by Nigel Maloney. So another free for Kilmurry Sixmilebridge. Oh, terrible ball by Michael O'Halloran. And it gives Clarecastle the initiative. Bernard Scanlon dropping it in towards Michael Corrie. And he gets inside Kieran O'Shea. Goal on here. Oh, brilliant goal. Absolute peach of a goal by Michael Corrie. And it always looked as if the Kilmurry Sixmilebridge defence, particularly the full back line, were a little bit bothered, under a little bit of pressure. And that was an easy turn by Corrie, and he hit it home beautifully. Great kick by Billy Cahill. Comes down towards James Hassett. Calling outside is Pat Morey. Giving a ball for Alan White to run onto. Alan has certainly looked the most dangerous of the Kilmurry Sixmilebridge forward sextet. And that's gone off for 45. Christy Ryan acting as umpire at the far side with the hand up to indicate that it went out off a Clarecastle man. JJ Murphy with the 45. And Clarecastle swing it down towards Kilmurry Sixmilebridge end. Bernard Scanlon underneath it. Laying it off nicely. That's good play. Switching it over to this side. Michael Sheedy is there. Battling hard with Declan Frawley. Number 12 is Keith Walsh. John O'Connell being marked by Johnny Callan. Without the Hurleys, both of them this time. This is good play by Owen Quain. Well able to run with it, but his finishing just letting him down. So Fancy Maloney with the kick out. Knocked away, it comes straight to John O'Connell. Now he has space. Inside him is Noel O'Gorman. Well won. Goal on here. Oh, how unlucky. Off the butt of the post. Comes back to Alan White. Well, Kilmurry Sixmilebridge did everything right there. Ball comes back in, gathered, and put over the bar this time. That's a good score. And a very valuable point for Kilmurry Sixmilebridge. Keith Walsh, the scorer, making it 1-2 to 1 point. The referee, Fergus O'Loughlin, or at least referee having a word with Fergie O'Loughlin, indeed booking the Clarecastle midfielder. Fancy Maloney with the kick out. Kilmurry Sixmilebridge most unlucky not to be a little bit closer. John O'Connell. Fancy Maloney under no pressure. And Clarecastle build once again from the back. It's a bit of an optimistic ball, to be honest with you. And Quinlan watching it go out over the line. James Hassett to take it. It's a good ball by James Hassett. Lack of calling by the Clarecastle defence. This is Kevin Brown playing good football as ever. Getting it down towards Declan Frawley. Good carrier of the ball. Long, lanky Frawley from Clarecastle. And he's gone right across the pitch and now he decides to go towards goal. It's a great run by Declan. Giving it back out to Roger McMahon. Roger sends it to the left and wide. Billy Cahill. Remember the scoreline 1-2 to 1 point so far. Pat Morey. Trying to judge it correctly in terms of positional sense, but it's Roger McMahon that gives it to Bernard Scanlon. Owen Quain. Anxious just to get rid of it. This is Francie Maloney. Dispossessed by Pat Morey. Sending it across towards corner forward Owen Quain. Owen did well. Giving it back out to Pat Morey. Good running off the ball by the Kilmurry Sixmilebridge. Full forward, Nola Gorman. This is John O'Connell. Showing some nice touches. Sending it across to Morey. And that's going to go out over the end line and wide. Francie Maloney with the kick out. And certainly at the moment the team's very evenly matched. That brilliant goal by Michael Corey separating the sides. Ball down towards Enda Quain. Enda Quinlan rather. And JJ Murphy sending it back up. Good play by Tom Quinn. David Hanrahan coming out to gather it, and David getting inside. And a ball aimed at Nigel Maloney. Back outside to Derek Connolly, and a bit of an effort, wasted effort by Derek, and he's disgusted with himself. Billy Cahill sending it high, right down the middle, gathered by Nigel Maloney. Ball to test out Kieran O'Shea again. Michael Corey in there. Billy Cahill calls for it. Good play by the Kilmurry Sixmilebridge fullback. Gives it out towards Michael Sheedy. Another fine footballer, and he is fouled illegally by Fergie O'Loughlin. So it's a free for Sixmilebridge Kilmurry. Ball in towards JJ Murphy. Manages to get there ahead of Roger, but Roger McMahon picked it up. Ball in search of Derek Connolly. Enda Quinlan coming in to dispossess him. That's good play by the cornerback. He hardly has touched the ball with his hands, but he's doing very well, the right cornerback. This is David Hanrahan. Back outside to Roger McMahon. Roger is using his head in fairness, putting the ball into space for Bernard Scanlon to run after it. Bernard with James Hassett. Calling in the centre is Fergie. Back outside to Roger McMahon. Calling at the far side is Declan Frawley. About to be tackled by Michael Sheedy and dispossessed by Michael Sheedy. Good play by the left half-back. Down towards Keith Walsh. Scored a point a moment ago. Kilmurry Sixmilebridge go into the attack. But he loses out very easily to Fergie O'Loughlin. And that was a bit of a wasted effort by Keith. And Clarecastle now have the initiative. Back towards Declan Frawley. And Declan going through, giving it outside, and easily intercepted by JJ Murphy. It's Roger McMahon again. And Roger is disgusted really. He went off his boot, just sliced it. So it's a line ball for Kilmurry Sixmilebridge. JJ Murphy to take it. Sending it in towards the middle. Knocked away, comes back out towards Tom Quinn. Fergie O'Loughlin calling for it on the far side. This is Fergie. To Mike Declan Frawley. Off the ground. And it's a free up for boys in the saffron and blue. So Kilmurry Sixmilebridge still trailing by 4 points as we're into the final 10 minutes of the first half. Billy Cahill up towards Pat Morey, knocked away by Roger McMahon again. Race from Michael O'Halloran. Michael in a spotted bother manages to get as far as Billy Cahill, who fails to go down on it. And it gives the initiative to Clarecastle. In towards Derek Connolly. Connolly turning and sending it just inches to the right and wide. Billy Cahill once again with the kick out. Right knee, of course, heavily bandaged as a result of an injury. Now fully restored to good health. Runs kindly for John Chaplin to gather. Fergie O'Loughlin right beside him. To John O'Connell. Trying to get it towards Pat Morey. Still Pat Morey battles away. Anthony Scanlon giving it to Francie Maloney. A race for Michael Sheedy. Giving it back to Michael O'Halloran. That's a good ball. Marking is slack by Clarecastle. An opportunity here, surely. And that's a good point. A very good point. Scored by Owen Crane. Is it on? Francie Maloney with the kick out again from the 20-metre line. As Johnny Canlon goes forward, giving it to Fergie O'Loughlin, chasing after him. John Chaplin, still Fergie, onto the left boot, and he sends it wide. Of course, great news here around Clare this week with the announcement that the Shannon stopover is to stay, thanks to the Minister for Communications, Máire Geoghegan Quinn, and I'm sure everybody in County Clare delighted to see the flights transatlantic flying over Newmarket and Fergus during this Junior B football final. And back to the action. It's Nigel Maloney going for a point, and it's swinging, but not swinging enough. Great kick out by Billy Cahill. Michael O'Halloran picking the ball straight off the ground. Free for Kilmurry, Sixmilebridge. Roger McMahon is coming forward to take this free just outside the Kilmurry, Sixmilebridge 45. Going to take it off the hands. Going to the right. Kilmurry, Sixmilebridge deciding to play it. Billy Cahill sends us straight out the middle again. Tom Quinn can't reach it. Roger McMahon can. It's a good ball towards Keith Walsh. Giving it back towards Michael O'Halloran, who switches play over to this side. This is Owen Quain. Alan White. As well as John O'Connell look to be the three most dangerous Sixmilebridge Kilmurry forwards. This is Keith Walsh. Very optimistic from that angle, and that goes wide. Francie Maloney. And despite that brilliant goal by Clarecastle's Michael Corrie at the start of the first half, really Clarecastle have faded out of it. Sixmilebridge Kilmurry continue to exert the pressure. This is Owen Quain. Good run. Now can he get it across? Easily picked up, very easily, by Johnny Callan. It's great to see Johnny back in the Magpie colours again. Giving it down towards Derek Connolly. Making space for him is Declan Frawley, who's been switched into corner forward. Kieran O'Shea wins the battle. And Kieran deemed to have fouled, or at least between himself and Michael Sheedy there, have fouled James Hassett, rather, fouled the Clarecastle man, so it's a free in for the Magpies. The referee not satisfied with what was going to happen, and I think he's going to book one of the mentors along the sideline, and in fact he has put him off, I think, and he's telling him he's going to keep looking at the time. And there was a serious argument going on. And I must say, from this distance, I can't see exactly who it is, but referee was taking no more nonsense from one of the mentors. So play continues on. John O'Connell. John being held by Johnny Callan. And things just hotting up here a small bit. Referee deciding once again that it's going to be a hot ball. One of them is as guilty as the other. And the referee is going to have to keep strict control in this match. Falls back for Johnny Callan. Sending it over towards Bernard Scanlon. Roger McMahon has gone inside. Still Bernard. Looking for a player at the far right half forward position. The referee in fact blows the half-time whistle. After 30 minutes of action, Clarecastle, thanks to that Michael Corrie goal, firmly in the driving seat on the scoreboard where it really matters. But in terms of possession, Kilmurry Sixmilebridge doing very well indeed. If they could only just be a little bit more accurate, their approach work is good. But at half-time, Clarecastle lead 1-2 to 1 point. So the referee, Mr. O'Sullivan, throws the ball in, and just before half-time there I might have said the scoreline was 1-2 to a point. Of course it's 1-2 to 4 points in favour of Clarecastle, and it's Sixmilebridge Kilmurry under a little bit of pressure. Coming across is James Hassett, giving it back to Michael O'Halloran. Available in the centre is John Chaplin. Fine footballer actually, John. Runs all the way back to Francie Maloney. Poor ball comes straight to Alan White. Oh, that's a good point by Alan White. A very good score. So Alan White gets 3 points in this county final so far, levelling the match. Francie Maloney comes straight to John O'Connell. Cleverly tries to get it in towards full forward Nola Gorman. Back to Alan White, going for point number 4, and this time just tailing to the left and wide. Garda Timmy Killeen, well-known Drumbeg footballer, of course stationed here in Newmarket, looking on to see what the talent is going to be like around East Clare for the footballers. And as you can see, Timmy looking a little bit tired. And I'm sure it's not because of the football, maybe Timmy was out late last night. Francie Maloney with the kick out. Michael O'Halloran can't hold on to it, out over the line. Left half back Kevin Brown. Michael O'Halloran. Referee saying take your free. Here comes Sixmilebridge Kilmurry again. Has 2 hops. And that's free for Clarecastle. Roger McMahon going to give it quickly to Tom Quinn, and Tom Quinn to take it. It's a poor ball. Easily gathered by JJ Murphy to James Hassett. Swings it down towards John O'Connell, knocked away by Johnny Callan using his head. Roger McMahon. Johnny was going to make himself available. It's a poor ball by Roger, however. Bernard Scanlon chasing after it. Bernard getting it. Well dispossessed. Great play. This is Francie Maloney. Sending it straight back up towards his left half forward and centre half forward Nigel Maloney. Getting the ball in towards David Hanrahan. Fine musician David Hanrahan, and he's playing a merry dance and he's playing a wrong song, and that goes to the left and wide. Clarecastle and Sixmilebridge Kilmurry still level. So Billy Cahill once more with a kick out. Knocked down by Nigel Maloney. Derek Connolly unable to get it into the hands, comes straight out to Bernard Scanlon. Dispossessed however by Michael Sheedy. Michael playing well at left half back. And of course Michael's late father, Mikey Sheedy, was really the man responsible for developing football, particularly in the Kilmurry area of County Clare. And it's great that Michael is playing this year county final. I'm sure his father above in the heavens is looking down very proud and very happy to see him. Unfortunately Mikey not alive anymore, no longer with us, but no doubt with us in spirit, hoping maybe to inspire Kilmurry Sixmilebridge to a Junior B football championship title. And I must say the standard of football isn't that bad at all. In fact, it's quite good, as both teams try to play constructive football. Keith Walsh sending it in towards John O'Connell. He gets inside Johnny Callan. Still John O'Connell. Battling hard with Roger McMahon. And McMahon, good solid play. Mind you, there's an exchange of words between McMahon and O'Connell afterwards. But play continues on. It's a line ball for Kilmurry Sixmilebridge. This is good play. by Owen Quain. Anthony Scanlon giving it to Johnny Callan, looking again, the old head on the young shoulders, looking for a loose player all the time, Johnny. This is Fergie O'Loughlin. Oh, well, that is definitely a booking offence for Owen Quain. No effort whatsoever to play the ball. Rather stupid, to be perfectly honest. And it's a free for Clarecastle. Fergie O'Loughlin to take the free. Kieran O'Shea underneath it. Giving it back towards JJ Murphy. This is James Hassett. Getting it down towards Keith Walsh. Cutting it into the middle. That's a good ball. Now, can Kilmurry Sixmilebridge do something here? Getting it down for Nolan Gorman. Falling outside. Keith Walsh. This is Nolan Gorman again. Well blocked down by Johnny Callan. Roger McMahon. Switching play over towards Bernard Scanlon. And well won. Gets inside Michael Sheedy. Now can the Magpies do something here? They have the loose player. He happens to be David Hanrahan, Ireland's leading bass player without his teeth. Comes back towards Tom Quinn. Good play by Clarecastle, but they're delaying it a little bit too long now. Fergie O'Loughlin calling inside is Bernard Scanlon. Bernard going for a goal here, giving it to Derry Connolly, working his way in, comes back outside, goes off the boot of Bernard Scanlon, and that's a point, and it puts Clarecastle into the lead. And still there's a slight delay as Sixmilebridge Kilmurry introduced a substitute. Looks to be Pat Conlon from here. Gone off is Michael Sheedy. Some pushing by Sixmilebridge Kilmurry. Clarecastle just getting a little bit of superiority at the moment. And just 1 point ahead. Now we have 6.5 minutes gone in the second half. Oh, Roger McMahon to take it. He's played well since he came on for Pat Maloney. Roger taking a good run at it. And dropping it in. Batted away, comes out towards Derry Connolly. This is Tom Quinn. Trying to get a boot to it. Oh, well done by Billy Cahill. David Hanrahan was coming in, but Billy Cahill did the wise thing. Billy Cahill to take it. Tom Quinn underneath it. John Chaplin gathering the break. And that's some pushing there. And it's a free for Kilmurry Sixmilebridge. Kilmurry Sixmilebridge have also introduced Brian Barron. Francie Maloney may be carrying a few extra ounces, but he has the legs and has the pace. Johnny Callan again showing some good intelligent play, giving it out to Fergie, and Fergie dropping it in towards Billy Cahill. Good ball out towards Alan White, back towards Pat Conlon, down towards John O'Connell. Alan White is outside. Now, can he get inside his marker, Francie Maloney? Sending it across. Well gathered by Kevin Brown, he drops it, it comes to Brian Barron, and that's a good point. Scored by the super sub, Brian Barron. Francie Maloney again, sides level at 1-3 to 6 points. Fergie O'Loughlin pulling in it. And that's for a foul there by Kevin Brown. It's going to be taken by JJ Murphy. Ball intended for Alan White, which he gathers. And so Maloney adopts the thou shalt not pass attitude. Well, that's a very harsh decision, I must say now, because to be honest with you, I really thought Francis Maloney had done no wrong. And I do not blame Francie for losing his cool a small bit, because Alan White was in trouble. Francie Maloney, in my opinion, was tackling fairly and squarely. So Francie for losing his cool. Pascal Russell comes in. Alan White taking the free towards Keith Walsh. Gathered superbly by Anthony Scanlon. Under pressure, manages to get it out towards David Hanrahan, who's come out from full forward. Gives a ball which puts Kieran O'Shea under pressure, but that's a line ball for Kilmurry Sixmilebridge. James Hassett to take the free. It's an easy ball for Kevin Brown. Quickly taken to Johnny Callan, always available, giving it outside to Tom Quinn. Now Clarecastle, if they can get the ball in quickly, could well open this Kilmurry Sixmilebridge defence. This is Derek Connolly getting into a good position, and that's a very good point by Derek Connolly, his first of the county final. Billy Cahill. Johnny Callan bravely going down on it and eventually gathers it, and referee giving him the free. And available is Kevin Brown. Loves to come forward, and always did when he was much younger. He's taken a knock there as he was trying to get it into his forwards, and it's James Hassett that comes forward with it. Giving a ball in towards John O'Connell, who lets it run on, and knocked away by Eric Maloney. This is Anthony Scanlon, and that's out for 45. JJ Murphy with the free. John O'Connell can't hold on to it. Comes back outside to JJ. Plenty of players available in the middle. That's one of them. Just to be the man who came on, Brian Barron. Forcing his way through. Got a belt on the jaw in the process, but referee says play on. A bit of scrappy play, but it comes out to Tom Quinn. Fergie O'Loughlin available to his left. Tom goes it alone, and it doesn't work out. Jojo is there, sending a ball into space for Owen Quain to run after. No questions being asked by Roger, and that's a free. So this free just inside the Clarecastle half of the field. It's a great ball in towards John O'Connell. Johnny Callan. And for a moment there it looked as if nobody was going to pick it up. Francie Maloney coming forward with it, and he gets the free as the winds get a little bit stronger here at Newmarket and Fergus. And at the moment, judging by our position here in the clubhouse, very much favouring Clarecastle at the moment. Mind you, if you look at the flags down the pitch, they look quite still. And Clarecastle under a little bit of pressure now. Ball coming in, Johnny Callan there as always. Brian Barron tackling hard and fair. Fergus O'Loughlin getting it down towards Jojo Murphy. That's a good ball to Alan White. Now, John O'Connell's side available. Decides to drop it in. Kevin Brown underneath it, so too is Keith Walsh. And that's a free on the 13-metre line. It looked, to be honest, as if he was being pushed. But I think there was a possibility that he slipped as well. But the referee had no hesitation. I think just the vision, looking at it, it appeared as if Eric Maloney had fouled the Kilmurry Sixmilebridge man. Roger McMahon rather, is going to be booked by the referee. And Roger talking a little bit too much in fairness. So Keith Walsh with this free to bring down Clarecastle's lead to 1 point. Still there seems to be some argument and some dissent. And Pascal Russell being told to get away from the goalposts. All terribly unnecessary, really. So this free now going to be taken by Keith Walsh to make it 1-4-6. That's what he does. So Kilmurry, Sixmilebridge very much back in contention now with 12 minutes left in this county final. Ball breaks back for Johnny Callan, and that has to be a free. And Kilmurry, Sixmilebridge grab the initiative, and they also grab an extra few metres for descent from Clarecastle. It did look, to be honest, as if the boot was a little bit too high. So Keith Walsh to take another point, possibly, and level the match. He's already scored 2 points in this county final. He hits it well, and he puts it straight over the bar. Kilmurry, Sixmilebridge battle themselves back into this county final. Francie Maloney, good law, well gathered by Terry Connolly. An extra few metres again. Derek giving the ball for Johnny Callan, which puts Johnny under a bit of pressure. But he gets it out for his Bernard Scanlon. It's a good, dangerous ball. Knocked away by Billy Cahill from David Hanrahan. Comes straight down to Keith Walsh. Outside is Pat Conlon. Brian Barron manages to get a hand to it, and he won it well. Giving it outside to Noel O'Gorman. Sending it straight across towards Alan White. Outside. Brian Barron again. This is Noel O'Gorman. Satisfied with a point perhaps. Blocked down. It comes back to Brian Barron. Back to Noel O'Gorman. They're lining up at the far side. Brilliant defending by Clarecastle. But there was at least 3 Sixmilebridge Kilmurry players available at the far side. Noel O'Gorman, 2 hops. A free out for Clarecastle. This is Kevin Brown. It's a poor ball. Jojo Murphy gathering it easily. It's a poor ball, however, but Ben did well. Sending it in, nobody there. And nobody willing to take the initiative either, except Francie Maloney. Knocking it away to Fergie. Giving it outside to Tom Quinn. All of a sudden, this match has livened up. Kieran O'Shea knocking it down towards Michael Corrie. What a brilliant goal he got in this match. Still Corrie. Michael O'Halloran right beside him. Then sends it in. Plenty of Sixmilebridge players there. That's Enda Quinlan. I think touching the ball, I think, with his hands for the first time. Giving it down towards Brian Barron. Ball in search of Michael O'Halloran. Noel O'Gorman telling him to leave it. Noel O'Gorman has it. Keith Walsh is inside. Noel sending it across towards Alan White. Francie Maloney staying right beside him. Alan White chasing and harassing, and Francie retaliating slightly, but he gets the free. Francie telling his players to kind of open it up a small bit. Goes straight to Fergie O'Loughlin. Not a good ball. Brian Barron is there. Sending it straight back up the middle. Plenty of saffron and blue jerseys there, but none of them went for it really. Johnny Callan. Michael O'Halloran, Noel O'Gorman nipping in and giving a good ball. And Noel is fouled by Eric Maloney as he was getting that ball in towards Owen Quain. So it's a free in for Kilmurry, Sixmilebridge. Keith Walsh to take the free. 7 minutes left in the county final of 1992. Keith. Possibly trying to open it up. David Hanrahan knocking down for Roger McMahon. And this free going to be taken once again by Fancy Maloney. Clarecastle last won this junior title in 1969 and 68 when the legendary Pascal Russell, now team manager, was a member of the team. Fancy Maloney to take the free. Tom Quinn underneath it. Well surrounded, but he managed to get his boot to it, and it comes straight to Judge Murphy. Trying to open it up. Francie goes into fourth gear and goes forward. Getting it down towards Michael Fogarty, just introduced as a substitute. Billy Cahill, all alone. Right up towards Owen Quain, knocked away from him. Johnny Callan and Michael O'Halloran. Still Callan. He puts a ball into space, but it's going to run out of it. It's a line ball for Kilmurry Sixmilebridge. 6 minutes left in the county final. And the tension mounting now. Johnny Callan just getting a blow into the face there, as Anthony Scanlon is put under pressure by Noel Early. Scanlon, bad ball to Keith Walsh. Ball in towards John O'Connell. Now, can O'Connell do something here? Going for a point, and goalkeeper David Russell being called into action for the first time. But the pressure continues. It's Alan White. Noel Early is calling for it this side. Plenty of Clarecastle players. Comes back outside to Owen Quain. Back over to Alan White. They're like playing ping pong here, going from one side to the other. Calling outside is John O'Connell, trying to get a boot to it. Onto his right boot, Johnny puts it to the right and wide. And that was like giving table tennis there for a moment, just going back and forth. Here come Kilmurry Sixmilebridge again. Oh, from a very difficult angle. Jojo Murphy comes forward from centre back and puts it over the bar. It could well win the county title. Fancy Maloney sending it out towards Roger McMahon. Roger is fouled as he was delivering the ball up. So from where the ball landed, a free for Clarecastle. Bernard Scanlon being told by Pascal Russell, I think, from the sideline to go in. Roger McMahon to take the free. Good ball. Kilmurry Sixmilebridge have it. Great play. Excellent play. And it's a marvellous ball. All they have to do is hold on to it. James Hassett coming forward as an extra man. Decided against giving it back to Owen Quain. Sent it up towards John O'Connell. Francie is there again. Rock solid as ever at left corner back. Now Francie showing his Maradona touches. Going forward. But it's not a good ball. It comes straight to Brian Barron. Sending a ball into space. John O'Connell running out for it and gathering it. Still John O'Connell now showing his fitness. Cutting through. Back outside to Noel O'Gorman. This is Owen Quain. Goal on here. And he takes his point. Kilmurry Sixmilebridge could well be on their way to championship glory. Huh? Let's go. Francie's kick out. Tom Quinn trying to get the better of John Chaplin. Nice footballer actually, John Chaplin. This is Brian Barron to John O'Connell. It's great running by Sixmilebridge. They really do know how to play. This is Pat Conlon who's coming forward. And as they say, it's almost as good as a score. Francie Maloney. Galloped superbly by Alan White. Nicely given to Owen Quain. Runs on for Eric Maloney. And if you're going to follow him at this stage, I suppose that's as good a place as any. Referee allowing the advantage. And ball put back in by John Chaplin. Great ball to Noel O'Gorman. This is it. Oh, what a miss. Noel O'Gorman had the chance to put the blue ribbon, wrap it up in dressing and bring it home. And an incredible miss, but full credit to David Russell. He did advance and put the Kilmurry Sixmilebridge forward off just slightly. So this free going to be taken by Jimmy Murphy, not Pat Conlon, who has played a stormer of a match on the sideline. It's Jimmy Murphy that has been playing at number 23 as Fergie O'Loughlin goes forward. Sending a ball in and fouled as he kicked it in rather, by Brian Barron, so it's a free from where the ball landed. David Hanrahan taking it quickly. It's Michael Fogarty giving it back outside to Michael Corrie. He scored a great goal in the first half. He needs a goal now. Charging. It's a free out for Kilmurry Sixmilebridge. This is going to be a great boost for the parish of Sixmilebridge and Kilmurry. And a year when, of course, Clare footballers made the breakthrough. Well won by Eric Maloney. James Hassett knocking it down towards John Chaplin. And taking too many steps, says the referee, so it's another free for Clarecastle. We're now approaching the 30 minutes of the second half, so it really must be Clarecastle's last effort, and it must be a goal.
It's a goal or not.
Victor O'Loughlin also introduces us up in the second half, bringing it forward. This is Fergie O'Loughlin. Clarecastle come and search to the back of the Kilmurry Sixmilebridge net. Took a heavy knock there, the Clarecastle men. Michael Corrie, Derry Connolly rather. David Hanrahan comes back outside to Declan Frawley, and it's gone over the bar. But is it enough for Clarecastle at this stage? The referee has blown the final whistle. Kilmurry Sixmilebridge will be quite pleased with their performance. A fine football match and a very even contest.
Clarecastle, I would also like to pay tribute to them for a great club. One must remember that that is their second string football team. But apart from that, I think the amount of teams which they field and the pride which they take in our games, I think is a great compliment to their club. So I say, while you have been beaten today, I think you have won a lot. I think the fact that 3 teams from what I call the hurling area in this county has been in the final stages of this Junior B Football Championship, I think is a great achievement in itself. And I think that with the situation we're in at the moment, where football is coming on, I think that given that there is more football played in the hurling area at the moment, I think it cannot but do good for the future. I think I've made one little mistake. I'd like to present the cup to Michael Sheedy of Kilmurry Sixmilebridge and say, well done, Michael.
On behalf of the players, I'd like to thank 2 men that are over the team, Pat Hassett and Noel Early. If it wasn't for their time and commitment throughout the year, we wouldn't be here today. I'd also like to thank Jimmy Keogh and Seamus Clancy for coming up, giving us a few coaching lessons through the year as well. I'd also like to thank the Bridge Hurling Club for sponsoring us Togs and Socks today, and for the Bridge players for coming out and helping us throughout the year as well. I'd like to give 3 cheers to Clarecastle for a great sporting game here today. Hip hip! Hooray! Hip hip! Hooray! Hip hip! Hooray! All right, thanks very much.
Michael,
Thanks very much. Jeff, who wants it? Who wants it?
right, Michael, stay down 1 second. Well, Michael, a very proud day, of course, because your late father was very much a man that promoted football in that neck of the woods.
That's right. My father started the football here about 4 years ago. We reached the final the first year. We were beaten by Meelick. Our third year we won the final, East Clare, and now we won the Junior B. It was mainly his motivation that kept us going for this year, we kind of more or less dedicate this win to him, you know.
It certainly was a very fine team performance, but just let me talk generally for the moment. The fact that Clare footballers did win the Munster title, did that inspire people over around Sixmilebridge and Kilmurry to promote football a little bit more?
Oh, it did, yeah. We're very proud of the Clare team. We followed the Clare team all year. We know football is very strong in West Clare. We want to bring some of the football to East Clare. We're in the Junior B now. Please God, we'll be Junior A next year. We want to keep the football going in this end of the parish, East Clare, Clarecastle, Mealik, Partine, all those teams. We just want to keep the football going here. So we're going to do our best next year in Junior A. We're going to keep it going, just like Crackler did last year.
This was a tough match, and particularly after Clarecastle got that goal by Michael Corrie, it looked as if you were going to be in trouble.
Yeah, it did, yeah. It's a great goal, you know. We have a great team. Our backs are very good. We train together. We know that we're going to pull it out of the fire some part of the day. You know, we just said we're going to keep plugging in there. A great half back line, full back line, goalkeeper. We're just going to keep plugging in. We said we weren't going to come away today without the cup. We are going to have to win it. That's it. We just want to win it, you know.
Well, Noel, a very fine team performance and a very good victory.
Yeah, I was absolutely delighted with the way they played. As you can see, like, we've got loads of football skill. We made a lot of mistakes, but I think in the end of the day, our football skills showed through, and we just made the vital breaks at the right time.
It was an overall team performance, because even when Clarecastle went on top and got a great goal, you still plugged away and took your points, and it was most unlucky not to get a goal, in fact.
That's right, yeah. Well, I'm sure Clarecastle will look at their missed opportunities as well, and they played some fine football. Mind you, I suppose for the amount of possession we had, we should maybe have been a little bit closer to a bit ahead, farther ahead, but they got a very good goal, and that put us under a lot of pressure. But all year, really, we've played very much like this all year. We've played from behind a lot of the time, or just barely hanging on. Not always producing it, but really the scores today were out of the top drawer. I think some of them were excellent, and the overall performance was good, I thought.
I must say, it was my very first time seeing Kilmurry Sixmilebridge play football. I thought that you had the right idea, that the half-backs are coming forward. It was good thinking sort of football.
Yeah, I think we've got a lot of skill and a lot of fitness and running in the team. So, we try to play a possession game. You know, it's the way I suppose football is played nowadays. So it's turned out that that's the kind of game that suits us best. You know, we don't have big men, so we've got a lot of runners. So that's the way we play the game. So it's turned out well, I think. I think we can advance in this grade. I mean, you have to remember this, as you say, as Pat Fitz pointed out, that was Clarecastle's maybe not their strongest team. So, I think we can go ahead at this level of football. And the problem is for the club is that the commitment is generally given to hurling. As you could see, the number of hurlers that were out there. But, they've got a lot of football ability, but it's just to get the proper preparation you would need to compete at a higher level. That'll be the difficulty for us from this out. But, I was really delighted with the way they played today.
Well, Pascal, today wasn't your day, but the Clarecastle bounced back into the action again in '93.
Yeah, please God, we've had a great year. Junior B started out this year for us as a fun competition. But as I told them, early on, there's great fun in playing it. There's better fun in winning, I'm disappointed that we lost today. Actually, it was a very good game of football, as you would appreciate yourself, And the standard, in Junior B, surprisingly, it was quite high, I thought. The Bridge had a decided advantage in that they have a bunch of athletic young fellas that are fit on account of the fact that most of them are in the Munster campaign, I wish them well at it. I think it's great to see East Clare and South Clare progressing in football. It's difficult as a dual club, as you will appreciate, but with a bit of perseverance, I think it's a great outlet for release of pressure valve, actually. That's what it is, really, in East Clare.
It was great as well to see some of the old fellas, although Johnny Callan won't like me calling him old, but he certainly showed he had a great intelligence, that he had a great head still in his shoulder. He was always looking to run off the ball.
Yeah, that is quite true. It is a game, it's surprising, football is an intelligent game.
Yeah.
Played maybe not by very intelligent people at times, but if you use the head, and it's been shown, as you said, John is no longer he's in his toilet, in fairness to him, but a cool head, a man that minds himself and reads the game very well. He'll shine, and he's shine there, centre back, no problem for him, and we have older fellas than John there, surprisingly. And we have a few old fellas in the Sixmilebridge team who showed, with a cool head. It's there, and as Brendan Vaughan has often said, there's no reason why, like, you know, come 30 or 33 or 35, like, that you should hang up your boots, like, you know, because any guy that minds himself and uses his head, like, you'll get great enjoyment out of it. And at the end of the day, that's what it's about.
There's bright futures though for Clarecastle because they're a fine club.
Yeah, indeed. We were at a disadvantage again this year, like, you know. I seem to be making excuses all the time for this team. Like, you know, I actually have a great affinity with this team. But 7 of the actual team were used on the intermediate panel, and that kind of put us out at the start. But we used about 33 players who've had a great long season, starting in Cretla, back to Labashida all this year, like, you know, and we've had an excellent time. I'm a small bit disappointed, but an excellent year.
Well, James, a very proud moment, no doubt.
Historic for the people of Kilmurry anyway, especially because it's our first championship to come to Kilmurry. We say, as compared to the bridge, we say we wanted one hurler from Kilmurry in the bridge senior team, so it's a big moment for us anyway.
So there'll be bonfires around Kilmurry tonight.
Will be, of course. We'll wreck the place.
This is a great boost, of course, to football in the parish, so your future looks very bright.
It does, yeah. We're with the team now about 3 years, and we won the South Clare, we say, 2 years ago, so we always wanted to win this one, and we had the team this year, so we went for it.
So no doubt we're going to be hearing a lot more of Kilmurry Sixmilebridge.
Hopefully in the near future. Thank you.
Well, that's it here from Newmarket and Fergus on an evening when Kilmurry Sixmilebridge win the junior title after a fine victory over Clarecastle. Some fine footballers over that part of the world, and no doubt they're going to contribute a lot more, not alone to their clubs and parishes, but indeed to Clare football as it strives for All-Ireland glory. We congratulate Kilmurry Sixmilebridge. I have absolutely no doubt Clarecastle are going to be back because they're a great club, and we hope you enjoyed the match. From Pascal Brooks, our cameraman, from me, Marty Morrissey, hope you enjoyed the match and the video.